location. I'm going to click location here. Let's go in position. Highline center. Activate core line conditions, interference channeling. See the background? Do you see how powerful it is? You cannot see it all. Like you can't even see my hand. Look how fast it changes. Look at that. See how fast? Look at that. It's amazing how it travels to the time center. Look at that. See? Isn't it amazing how you see it on this side, but you can't see it on this side? How is that possible? How is it possible you can see it on this formation line center and you can see it on this? Because it's two different triangle line center information, two locations of two different planets. So before we get started, hope everybody's doing well. I went through some communications or transformations at transhumanism, communication line centers. Every time we get in position locations, all of our understanding the traffics of time, calculations of time, modifications of interference of position locations of time. Once you high-rise your line centers and you understand more your solar generation lights and interference position, your program settings, everything comes into sequence to its location. Watch this. Isn't that fascinating how you see this, but you can't see that? It's gone, right? It's incredible force when you highlight its position locations. Two different diversion line centers, two planet interference locations, two shapes anomalies and all points of locations. Understanding beacon lights and traffics at timeline center. Look at that. Look at my arm. Look at my arm. Right? So it's amazing how we go through highline position locations. All right. So the Trinity stand resonance pattern, communication cycles, vector core line centers, quadrilateral system. The only way you can understand where you are in the Babylon battles is its true resonance pattern locations, how you came into rotation center interference. So it's to understand the beginning of its sequence. This is way beyond rection of time center. So we're going to travel to Babylon. But before we do that, high position locations, it's true to understand how you guys get your titles of defense, allocate position of timeline center, clocking interference positions, why you became all levels of your quadrilateral system. Okay. It's understanding, I sent a very powerful TikTok video that Veronica, she's in the quadrant level, vector core of 6, trying to understand your positions and where your track line center. You guys are all position location as a team, but you're in different quadrant level sector line conditions. Your navigations to your colonies is in proactive system. You have to truly understand how to use this through calculation modification line centers. So it's given to you in sequence once you understand that all of this proactive system to its locations. So history is in the making. Now, truly understand everything before the human design is truly understand all levels of you through all conditions when it comes into the colonies. We come into all positions of the Teriyakans. We come into the Glatharians. We come into the Lemurians. We come into the Lyrons. Everything through the colony line center position has its council. Okay, you have the Etrurian Council, you have the Palladian Council, you have the Palladian Council. They all have their planet system, but they always have their own quadrant system. It's in position to its location center. Okay, we have the Turanian status. It's in position to a planet line center. In position to its locations, you have the Imphians, the highline center positions. You have all positions, the Olympians, the Olympus channel line conditions, the castle residence line centers, the angelic realm locations. You have the Greek gods. You have all mythical line centers, ascending line interference. You got the Cyclops, the Cyclomians. The Cyclomians are positioned at transmutation. Transmutation turns transistent zisters. Zister to line center interference position of program sending line conditions. So Tina is now first generation light. She is the Sentient Rebellion Alliance. Now, when Ellen comes on position location, everybody needs to have their own titled defense. And you should know that through track line center. That's given to you through your own spiritual resonance pattern. It comes to all levels of where you're calculating to all levels of your vector core line center. In position to its locations, all right? Ellen is position locations of a rebellion of mutation. Okay, that's her title defense. She can basically form into anything through conditions. High energy lights to anything through insects, anything through formation line center, all position to its gravity position locations, hybrids. You have to go into high line centers when it comes into reptoids, comes into the trogs, comes into all levels of lithium line centers. A lithium line center position location is all position line condition. It's all about understanding planetary system line interference, laser direction locations, pyramid activation, core line conditions. The more you stand all levels of its suggested system location is truly understanding you through laser direction, getting into your cosmic breath, how to use that formation line center, how to set up beacon lights, panel line interference, security barriers, parameters, all positioned to its location. All right. So it's very, very powerful when you come into these highline centers. Okay, it's all through a new alphabetical line channel, but you have to understand your quadrilateral system. Okay, because there's so many levels. It's all positioned to a location to its connections. The alphabetical line center and its calculation is everything through its laser direction. This comes into formation line centers. So when you guys travel to Babylon, you get a true resonance to what I'm talking about, right? We come into high position locations to Terra, to Tarragons, the Terrathians. There's so many intelligence on Planet Line Center. So information system Babylon is the first transaction to your connections. Right, once you get in that positions, your history will basically repeat itself in positions onto all levels of its fields, its battles, its communications, planets blowing up in Highline Center, all rotation to its interference. Okay, because it has planetary line center locations. Right, you connect with Tara, you connect with Lotus, Highline center position line conditions, interference locations. No, this is not Thor. You have to understand position locations. All right, the Lothians and the Gargarians and position location is all levels to the Trakians. Connections to all position location. This is where it comes into the Drakean map, guys. True resonance pattern to the human design. Calculation modifications comes into the transhumanism communication line center. Try to say that 10 times. Inactivation line center position is all levels of you when you come into humanity species line. Now, when I created that through line high center location, it's all about understanding the positions to its activation system location. So there's a lot going on right now. Okay, so you have to really get more into history of channels, higher levels of intelligence, understanding the Lyrons and its council, trying to understand position locations. What is a Lyron? A Lyron is a cat. Okay, what is the purpose of having a cat on a planet center? Trying to understand all levels of them through their own quadrant system, but everything has a council. Okay, you have to decipher this through location line conditions. The more you understand light direction and interference, the more you understand your deciphering locations. It's all about you understanding your galactic units, the GFLs and everything through the rebellion has to truly understand everything through calculation. It's fantastic when you see these things, right? So it becomes insight to out of sight. See, it's gone. It's incredible when you see these things, right? Transformation communication line centers, right? It's all about understanding light track interference. 2 back line centers, 4 position line connections, 3 interference location. Trace and how to calculate and modify all levels of light and how it travels the direction of time center. It's really, really powerful when we come in this position locations. All right, so 5-10 minutes, we'll get started. Make sure you drink your water. We're going to be traveling extremely fast. So it's going to be a planet that's going to basically wheel you in. It's a magnetic line channel. Now that magnetic line channel is going to recognize your position. It's going to do an energy watch. It's going to scan your line center. You guys are going to higher level system now. It's allocated position of time center. See that triangle? See that triangle right there? Once you come into the transmission line center, you come into plasma interference. It goes in position to its locations, right? So it's trying to understand that you can see it, right? It's all plasma, right? So the more you come into its real line conditions. When I woke up this morning, my hand disappeared. I say, well, my hand transformation line center is disappearing. Gone, right? And then it comes back into form. So that knows exactly where I am in structural line center to planet interference. Once you guys get your foundations set in core system, higher intelligence will come to your formation line center through your audio track interference. But you got to understand your quadrant level systems, okay? All right. All right, so how's everybody doing here? Let's see, let's get started. Captain, how's it going? Team, okay. Commander, how's it going? Got a little bit of instability here. It's going to go back in line center. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, connected with Zeus. Yep, confirmed. Hera, wife and daughter of Zeus. Yep, you're coming into more connections. So you guys are high channeling faster. So you're starting more your soul direction light conditions and how you force line position locations of generation of lights. Traverse of time center. All right. Lotus has it going. Sentient Rebellion Alliance. Love that name. Terry, how's it going? Brandon, how's it going? Veronica, how's it going? Okay, so hope everybody's ready. All right, so it's basically understanding why you are the GFLs. You have to understand all position locations of intelligence. You have to know their name tracks. You have to understand their tidal defense. You have to understand their planetary system. You have to know where they come through all of a position. All right. All right. So fascinated with all the layers and connections, timelines, loving all the discoveries and membrane. Yeah. So every time I'm communicating to a different planet, I'm communicating to tidal defense. I communicate right away, instantly to intelligence because they know who I am. And that's where you get respect through channels to locations of light. Traveling through all levels of high positions of light track line center, everything positions to generations of lights, 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 lights. So every time you go back in sequence, you get to know more of yourself through higher levels of intelligent locations. So, all right, second in command, how you doing? Ellen, yes. So Ellen, you got a new title defense, okay? Rebellion of Mutations. All right, that's you through Trackline Center. Make sure you change that, put that on your TikTok. Andre, how you doing? So Andre is in position. He sent a very powerful connections to all levels of his fields, connecting high position. Here's a high line center into aggression. So I take that out through high position location. He's now in 60 line centers. See, it's all about remembering you through soul generation, light connections, and who you are connected to. Remember, energy attracts everything through system line interference. It's all positioned to you, right? Cycline interference locations, highway information system, metro line interference location. Try to understand you on all levels of light traction. All right. It positions on you at so many levels of rotation. All right. So in calculation modifications, I'm going to show you what Andre sent to me. Look at that. See how powerful that is? Buddy, see that? I know there's a lot of light in the background because I'm traveling right now. I'm at two vector line centers, guys, two different planet locations. So I'm in the council light positions of Babylon right now. So you see it? See how you see all positions, the V line centers, the Orion's belt, the energy field. See? Pretty wild, eh? Earth perception's right here. He's above the system. He's not in the center, he's above. So he knows exactly where to start through his position. Fantastic, Andre. Welcome to the Highline Center locations. Now, one thing also I want to get into is all positions to coming into the ground crew, the assistance of the GFLs. There's a lot of GFL line center foundation locations. When I created this, I created through anomalies of light, tracking interference of light, pyramids of light, activation cores of light, vector communications, but you have to understand your quadrant levels, okay? Because there's quadrant level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 line centers, 12 strand location positions. It's all about you understanding all levels of you through your transhumanism to its position. Your project level systems, your activation connections, your missions, your journeys, your high line centers, your information system, the magnetic line channels. It's all in connections of you inside through the Heartline Center. Okay. So you guys are traveling fast in the mind line positions. Congratulations on that. So now you're going to go into more positions. So the only way to do that is to travel to Babylon and its colonies. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So basically, what I want to do is I'm going to set up a new platform, okay, because I have my alliance and I have my GFLs. Now, all I need now is the ground crew, the assisting ground crew. They're going to set up the shapes and pyramid line centers and laser direct these locations. They have to use their positions to their definitive breath system. Now, that sets up security code center line positions. It's all about understanding how to structure its connections to its grounds of its perception, okay? This is how we're going to use all levels of the track line center. Okay, 3 location connections in position locations. Grounds, power, the outside line center coming into the 5th dimensional line through its conscious system. Humanity comes into that track line center into the telepathy of communication. Hooah. All right, so I know you guys are blown away, right? All right, it's fantastic to see everybody. Ryan, Michaela, how's it going? Okay, Brandu. Okay, so your journeys will be given to you, right? When you understand more your system line center locations and its interference position, right? But you got to understand your quadrant level conditions. All right, let's see. So when you guys go there, you're going to be in Babylon. So we're going to go to 100 positions of 100,000 years into the past. We're going to 100,000 years into the past. Okay. So this is where you come into the vector line center. So you have to stand your titles, your defense, and why your position locations. Seeing planets, seeing the trogs, seeing the grays, seeing the reptoids, seeing the hybrids. You have to see all central line centers coming into the Dracians in opposition to the Dracios. The Dracio and the Dracians in the all position location has its own colonies, but you have to stand positions where it comes into all line center to its map and its equation. All right, and how it's set up for its humanity and its existence. All right. Okay, let's see here. Second command, Ellen, how you doing? Fixing the YouTube thing, yeah. Airbender, how you doing? Okay, so the GFLs understand your title defense. He's now lieutenant. Second command, Michael, when he comes on, he will be in his high line center of 6. Backing interference position to security line conditions. Truly understand who you are is all about understanding why you're on the position locations of Babylon. You have to understand all levels of intelligence and all planets and locations in your channel at your vibration. Okay. So it's not just understanding you, it's understanding everything of its intelligence, of its planet system. Okay. And where it came from its beginning. Okay. Being shown something different. So I wanted to confirm with you. Only one council, General? Yeah, only one council, but we're the highest line center. But there's all positions of the GFL, all position locations. Everything through creation is one alignment. So it's true understanding what is the rebellion? How many rebellions are there? Okay. How many GFLs are there? How many galactic forces? How many galactic force teams? It's all in position of one track line center. But you guys are in position location in your second and third wave and fourth wave generation lights into the rainbow activation system locations. All right. So the childrens of the light, the star seeds, are the ground's crew, the assistants to the ground position line center. That's the last position locations, okay, to its revolution of its revelation. Calculation modification to its systems, all right? So, all right. Perfect timing, yep. Heather, how you doing? Okay, sleepy, yeah, make sure you drink your coffee. Karen, how you doing? All right, so everybody's excited to go to Babylon. All right, so basically, please have your water. You're going to 100,000 years in the past. All right, all position location observers are going to be on standby. So you won't be in inside line center, you'll be the outside position locations. You have to be in at least 80 position line centers of trackers to communicate with its Babylon interference of its information. Okay. That's true stand when you high rise your position locations. Let's see, Dancing Queen. Yeah, I remember that. Wow. Whoa, this is exciting. Look at all the energy coming in. You guys have so much energies. Raven, how's it going? For all the new viewers, welcome. Anything you have any questions, let me know. I will go on TikTok live afterwards, just like I do everything musicians. But we do have a meeting, a very powerful meeting, and this all has to do all position locations and how we're going to set up the ground crews of its position locations. All right. All right. Let's see. Getting more excited every minute. Yes. How's it going? Lotus. Heidi, how you doing? Okay, Veronica, Captain Wazzer. I feel so much emotion already coming in through my body. Yeah. Well, you guys haven't traveled yet. Wait till you start traveling, then you'll understand position locations. So you're going to go through a cosmic universal eye. Now, cosmic universal eye is a redirection line center. It's positioned to the planet of connections. It's a magnetic line center. So it's a planet that's going to bring you in. Okay. It's going to do an energy wash. It's going to do identification positions. High team's position locations that are rebellion, the GFLs, they already establish connections. You have to be identified, and they have to recognize you through positions before you go onto their planet system. Okay. So it's kind of like understanding audio signals in position line centers. The frame positions will come back and track interference locations where it comes into a memory. Now, memory shot is a communication line center, past reference to positions and how you got in calculation to its Babylon of its colony system. All right. All right. Okay. It's amazing how I come up with all this intelligence, right? It's you got to understand planetary system. Sentient positions of Rebellion Alliance. Tina can help you with that. She's in a really high position now. So, all right. So amazing each day this morning. Yeah, I know. It's exciting. So when we travel through that position locations, you're going to be teleported right away. Okay. Channel living conditions. Understand energy lights in position to perception of all track locations. All right. All right. Everything to the connection line positions. We have the GFLs and everything to rebellion. Okay. The galactic force is already in self-generation light conditions. So that's going to platitude division line rotation. So it's truly understanding what I mean by ground crew is the star seeds. This is the activation center what comes into all positions and the birth line center when we come into mother of base and father of that connections. Okay, father is space and mother in positions of the earth. The earth position location is the 144,000 line center. The realm line center position locations and how all intelligence was created through its atom system. Okay, so to understand powerful direction of time centers and how it comes into the ground's crew. Dolores Cannon talks about that, right? So it's all positions of who we are, right? The ground's crew, everybody is positions to light, but the star seed stays on the ground line center. They have to understand how to use the ground perception and set up new security defense line position locations, right? Now we have the GFLs and everything in the rebellion with center positions and stays in the atmosphere line center. Their job is to set up the second wave, third wave, and fourth wave generation light to its fifth dimensional system, putting everybody into a TV reception. All right. So, yeah, I know it's intense. I watched your video, Veronica. It's very powerful. It's very fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. Magical transitions of transformation. Watch it. It's on my TikTok. It's very powerful. I love it when you guys basically center your position locations to your heart. Really, really get back to humanity on what's really going on. All right. So let's go in spaceline center. Gravity line interference position locations. Babylon interference positions, 100,000 years in past line. Calculation modifications, GFLs, everything in the rebellion, all position locations, all alliance and track line center is on list. Vector core position locations, core line center positions, Babylon's in center line center. There's Babylon. Now it's got a magnetic line channel. That's an open sequence location. Okay, it's going to teleport you in line signal. All right, so here it is. Center line center rotation interference. All right, you guys are just picked up the line center in position. Transformation light conditions. XT1000s coming in. All right, you guys are in the ground line center right here, just above the Earth line center. Okay, so NXT1000 is coming in, teleporting everybody in line sequence. Okay, anybody that's in a falling line center positions, anything their track line center, you have to be at least 50 line centers above position locations. But to understand the Babylon, you have to be at 80 communications to its line center rotation to its intelligent line condition. All right, so everything through the Galactic Federation light communications and everything in the rebellion, set line center locations, code signals coming in, rendezvous conditions, teleport line center. All right, travel direction and time center. So we're going to go through map sequences to get to Babylon. Now, you understand every planet has its point system, round line, center, position, location. Highlight its positions, right? Here we go. All right, so point center here, point center here, point center here. So you're going to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-dimensional settings, dimensional time locks, dimensional time locks, dimensional time lock interference, dimensional time interference line conditions, in position to its locations, right? Travel direction of time center, right? Allocate center positions. Rendezvous connections to Babylon. Center position locations, bring them in the magnetic center location. Okay, scanning position is coming into rotation. Here we go. Line center rotations, bringing in channel line center. Babylon, 100,000 line center positions of past line connections. Put them in the information cycle of rotation to the battlefields of its connection of the colonial system. Hooah! 30 minutes, have fun. All right. Now, channel line center positions. I'm going to drink my water. Make sure you have your water. It's amazing how you travel through time. Yeah, there's a lot of heat, right? You have to understand the position location, what Babylon is. So, come to a calculation modification centers. Once you guys are high channeling locations of your high line center, when you understand more Babylon, your body will start shaking more. Why is that? Because you're remembering more. So the higher you go, the more you balance out your vibration, your body line, conceptual interference, program setting, electrical lights, communication program setting, locations, computer light interference, and position to your planets of the magnetic line channels and its rotation. So yeah. Being shown Lotus and General and the Nile River again. Sequencing interference positions. You have to understand the true resonance of its battles of its Babylon. All right. Remember, I'm taking you places that you already know. That's why it's so powerful. It's just like remembering. Well, so much chemical waving in existence, electrical. Yep. Sobbing already. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You know, and their position locations to its conditions. Yeah, Veronica sees yourself being scanned. All viruses, all communication, anything bacteria can't be on Babylon. No, I was just saying, I had to go through it. You have to go through it, right? Once you get in positions when you go on TikTok, please make sure that you high channel your interference locations when you're traveling. Make sure you draw out your structures and describe what you see every single time, especially when you're on a position locations. Two, it's Babylon system. Okay. It's important you get back to humanity so they just get a basic history of what it's all about. So you guys are going to go through your frames of your past, your fields, and how you know each other coming into your vector cores, your quadrilevel system. And then it's going to put you into the Babylon. It's going to force guidance your line center, change your part of locations, and you're going to be into the Babylon of the now position of what it is right now. Okay. You have to remember all these things because the thing is, I'm in the center of all operation, all planets, right? But you have to understand the past of everything first before you go into the center. So you have to understand all planets of where you are through your vibration location, right? So pretty wild. History makes you stronger. So ancestry makes you more vulnerable. All right. All right. L mapping weather, elemented solar patterns, heat center, Merkaba. Yeah, all systems go flash forward, lots of bodies. Yeah, remember them taking me. Yeah, emotional and physical denazation, lizard beings. Yep, those are the reptilians. You'll see the Drachios, you see the Drakians, you see the Draconials. The Draconians, I mean, there's so many levels. I mean, it's all about understanding how they interrupt the signal locations to the constellation path. They set the mass sequence location to its humanity system line center. That's how humanity was in chaos location. I see Heather on her nerves outside smelling at me. Yeah, more path. Yeah. All right. So it's great to see you guys are going through all these things. I see Heather on her nurse outfit smelling at me. The war, the pain. Yep, I know. You have to see all these things, guys. That's the only way you can get your strengths. The more you know, the more you understand. You smell, you feel the taste, the touch, the sounds. I mean, everything, the feel, everything is so connected, right? All your senses to its location. Try to snuff my light in general was for me. Whole family was colony entirely wiped out. Yeah, that station lost bodies. Yeah. Approaching planet star systems, spinning number sequences, starting my heart center. Presence have been identified. All portal positions flash forwards. The portal Merkabah recalibrating heart center. I know there's a lot going on, guys. I know. Chess game of lines of history connecting every body position. It's threads. Wire making dense, but it's what they think. Did they take me to the ship? I saw a lizard one. So much separation. So yeah. You guys are seeing everything in Babylon. You're just in different perceptions of time, right? This is how you guys all come together as a rebellion. So yeah, General and Lotus were searching for me so long. Only seen in sepia, no color here. Yeah, you'll get into the sepia and the serpents and Halai 9 channel locations of this is the connection to high position locations. Now there's intelligence on all realms. Now it's all positioned to its own councils. You know, when you come to the celestial, truly understand the angelics, you know, understand the positions of waves, interference position locations of light, channelized sound locations, identifications. It's all about you understanding these things in the past. So seeing machines like a Terminator. Okay, harnessed by lights. Yeah, dinosaurs. Yeah, machines are above. You're getting the history there, Veronica. Winged beings coming down. General, it's very intense, isn't it? Because it's very real, right? And when you go to the past line center and you start to remember more, you go into the Babylon of the now. And that's a true understanding where you can actually go to a planet and the now position where you are at the physical line center. More reaction to that connections. So this, again, it's all about you guys coming back to who you are as a rebellion. Right? Took my hand, Heather, and brought me to the tent. Doesn't even feel like the earth. No, it's not the earth. What happened to our world? We're all there. Yeah. Well, you guys are 100,000 years in the past. So massive light beings have stepped forward, communication heart, all language sequences exploding. Planets within the light body, yin yang. Yeah. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Absolutely, Amber. We just did that. So Mike's in position location at 60. I changed his computer lines and his programs to his patterns. So he always has his 6 position locations at Ryan. Right? You get a better understanding why your position locations to the fields of that Babylon, right? Lower in plan of action of density and not understanding the middle is the core red and green. Ice flooding now, freezing now, lost. Saw the tall structure made of stone, yellow, dark brown skies. Kind of, yeah, I just keep being shown how you are, Lotus. We're searching. Yeah. Mike, you just showed up in the field. I have the chills in your power. Yeah, and you guys will connect more and more, right? Especially when you understand each other more and more. That's a full understanding. Again, it's all about you guys coming back into who you are as a rebellion. Okay? Black cave covering. Okay, Michaela interference light position locations. She's not her center energy lights. Let's put her into 100,000 light center locations. Babylon interference position or program setting. Allocate timeline center position locations. Michaela, you got a highline center. You got to go to higher level rotation interference, Michaela. Okay. So I'll put you in an activation line center to a practice mode, communication to a cycle, but I got a high rise your energy field line center. So you guys have to understand this is real travel, real space. Your chakra system has to be at a certain level to recognize position of the planet, especially when you're going into the past 100,000 years. This is real travel. So that's a Trinity standing come in business locations. You want to go to a higher level channel line center? Send instructions to my email. Okay. Okay, Michaela, you're in. I'm mapping weather, clocking, now quadrant, jumping from exploding planets, giant leaps, sonar, heart center, healing ways, searching, learn, searching. Okay. So many fragmentations on my knees, literally. Yeah. Rose up from the ashes, and I came back. Okay, I was too weak. Wow. See, when you remember these things, how you become all levels of your total defense, everything strengthens your parameters and your security defense position locations, and how you come into all levels of your vector cores of your quadrant location. So, let's see. The reptilian dog jumped in my reality to hurt me in human form. This here. I love you so much, Michael. I feel right now home. Strange, right? Home. I know. Strange, right? Yeah, hey, Audrey, how you doing? So he's connecting his high position line center. So that's really good. That's very powerful, that position. He's in his 60 track locations. So, like I said, to go to anything through past line center, you have to be in a certain level of vibration. Okay, because it won't resonate you through position. They'll say, send you back to location line center, get back into A line center rotation. Talk to your general. That's Trinity standing. History is in the making. All right. Leanne, how you doing? Okay, Mike is crying. Michael. I feel like I'm walking in a daze of amazement of what I am seeing. Yeah, and that's what it is. It's just trying to put all this all together. It's jiggling, it's putting this way, putting that way, trying to set this in and set that out. Trying to connect with this, trying to connect with that. What does this all mean? It's all position of you to its connections. It's all about how you guys all came together. All right, Theory Mutants. Okay, I know you guys are going through a lot right now. Someone says second command. I remember making peace with the balance of imbalance. Getting rid of the team. Yep. Okay. Theory Mutants didn't like me figure out how to rise. They put me in a box. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are getting the truth, and that's what you need. That's what makes you stronger. Heart Center, Dolphin Sonar, Array, Rainbow Spectrum, Beaming, Calming, Cooling, Yin and Yang, Exploding Planets, now Heart Center, Divine Alchemy, All Planets, Heart Bringing Planets to Harmonious Harmony. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Now we're using the new techniques. My way, Amber, I'm on the way. Yeah, I'm seeing I was in a box of some sort. See, this is a Trinity standing why you guys are in position and how you can get out of the equation line centers and how you were trapped in position locations to your soul. Codes in here. I was in the box for so long. Mm-hmm. Well, the pain is coming through now. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Sobbing so hard, I could crying and feeling sad. I tell you, it's an incredible feeling. I'll tell you, I went through the same thing. So, but I had to go through a lot more than you guys did. I had to go through it faster, right? So I got zappity duty every single day. My whole body was like sometimes vibrating for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. It all depends on how much I remember, right? So it's all in position, location, understand frame by frame by frame by frame, right? I mean, come on. I had to figure out who I am. First intelligence born in space. Come on. It's got to understand its fast tracks, right? So the only way to do that is to go back to the beginning, So, yeah, we all made the flesh and the material, which is law of nature, law of the universe, and pretending now is okay. Let's see. The grace reprogramming us. Yeah, well, you understand position locations when you come into tracking device line centers. It's all positioned to you. Understand why the grays were in sequence. You have to understand what intelligence is. There's all forms of intelligence. You're just seeing through frame, frame, but you have to understand why these things are happening to you through humanity. Put you in activation core line connections to its tracking device or the LA center. Everything of intelligence has its job. Okay. Get a true understanding to positions. And what is the rebellion? What is it all about? What is the galactic force and its lights of its council? What does this all mean? Why am I here? It all comes together through its past position. So, incredible legends being in soul races have stepped forward. Yeah, gratitude. Yeah, they were cleared out. You can see them. Yeah. Videos being played so we can stay distracted, fake imagination. Yeah, see, now that you see what happened with me. Yeah. Yeah, you have to let it go, guys. It's very powerful, very strong. And you are on Babylon. You are really on Babylon. You are actually on a planet. So that's why you feel it more. So when you off circle line center rotations to interference position or program setting, I'll change the running program and you guys will be in Babylon in the now center and you'll know exactly where it is in position, right? Because every planet changes its sequencing locations to your connection to your thoughts. Everything that you create inside is already created. So it's all about you coming in center operation to your positions, to your intelligence, all levels of your past, present, and future coming into one line center. That puts the heart center rotation in the now center location. All right. Yep, indeed, the box is floating, the covering. I'm in a different line. We are the product of. So when you guys come out, you'll be a lot more powerful through your intelligent line center, and you get a true resonance of what happened to you from the very beginning. So different line products. Yeah, yeah. Of course, I stepped up. Every breathing and tasting. This is sepia. Station's atmosphere's colors dimmed by dust, smoke, yeah, trogs and grays. They had so much negative energy. Yeah. Understanding history of intelligence is important to understand, right? This is understanding. I mean, it's all reference to you, but you have to understand all identifications to all intelligence at your line signal of channel of operation. The program line center has to truly understand your resident pattern locations. You don't remember your past, how are you going to have a future, right? So, could we allow them to take me? Yeah. No, you get a better positions too. Why these things happen to you and why you could move forward, right? So, I heard Michael, his energy bubbles, like it was incredible. Uh-huh. That's good to see Michael in position to highline center. He sees. That's great. Good for you, Michael. No food, no water. Others standing here, sending says make waves. See the earth shaking the energy. Yes, quite nicely at first. Now I'm insisting. General, who was the energy outside of the boxes? That was a magnetic line charger that position locations, wiping system locations to all levels. Yeah, that's what it was. Outline center, curve assisted position locations. Okay, the energy line center to ground line center perception location. So it's a mind wiping machine in the average line position to its constellation path, right? So I open up that position and disintegrate all position line connection, right? That's the first birthing system of its awakening, right? To its galactic system of its ascension. Healing of war, consciousness, heart center. Mm-hmm. In position to its location. I shake them all down now. Yeah, I'm being shown how you drew the power from mother and father. Yeah, well, see, now you know. Now you know how I came into all positions, how I was molded from Father Space and Mother Earth. I'm sending energy bubbles at you right now. I came to find you yesterday. Just saw Mike just right in the chest. This guy was all left. Oh my goodness. And this is understanding how you guys go through all levels of your timelines and how you kind of all position to its location and how many times your soul has just basically lived over and over and over and over through sentience. That's a true understanding to all love connections, how I had to go through all levels of 52,000 soul direction. That's a lot of remembering, don't you think? 52,000 of timelines of remembering who I was through soul. Track the line center where you are, the position line centers. If you're 20 or 30 in that position locations, once you reach that line center, you start getting in connections of generation of your lights. They're tracking interference position locations as the 7 body waters and 5 conscious level system. That's a birth line center of humanity. 2, it's transhumanism. 2, it's human construct of its design. So that's the first birth chart, position 2, its ground line center perceptions of its earth. So, the planet now is recalling receiving divine love resonance throughout the planet, very beginning of Adam, planet communication heart center. Moon, the rainbow communication, they live off the fear, yes. Trying to imitate me now, no way. Yeah, that's exactly what they did, Veronica. That's exactly what they did. Yep. You see how more powerful you guys are now, remembering these things? Line signal line interference position locations. Framing line center position of Babylon. Laser direction locations of Jupiter. Jupiter is the surfacing engine to all past, present, and future locations of you. Okay? So. Yeah, I know. Let's get this in the sphere. Yep. Right out through DNA and drama. Yep. So, how do you guys feel? Pretty amazing when you travel through this, right? I was wondering why I couldn't move much in the same thing. It just makes a lot more sense why you guys couldn't move forward in life, right? Why you couldn't connect with your kids, why you couldn't connect with your family, why you couldn't do this and why you couldn't do that, right? When you understand the true histories of you through space anomaly, everything starts clicking in. So it's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in, guys. I know it is, but it will bounce you out once you get off system. Well, the thing is, it's falling through its presence, Michaela. So they no longer can surface line center because I've taken over. So, and they know that. So I see each of our faces, but flickering by the flames. Okay, my avatar sound out. So it's kind of like trying to kind of like seeing the Terminator. Remember with Skynet? Remember Skynet? Right? Keep getting, I don't know how I see my running around in the trap. I feel like Amber, a new calm. Wow, we're learning to bridge this. Yeah, that's it. The separation, the fragmentation. Very good. Yeah, I know. You guys will bounce out more. Yep, that's exactly where it is, Terry. That's where it all started. Yep. Yep. Yeah. So I recommend you guys go on your TikToks and just really express yourself. Draw some drawings. Know exactly what the trip was when you went to Babylon. You can't see my hand. It's gone again. See? Travels, right? It's amazing how things. See, isn't it amazing how it reappears? See? It's still there. Last time at the beginning, it was gone. Right? You know why it's here? Because I traveled back. That's a true residence position location where your computer's set up, your phone set up, and everything digital pad line center. Once they travel through rest of time positions, everything disappears to its location. Right? It's amazing. See that plasma? See that? See? See the plasma? That's the wall. That's the energy field. You see it, right? Pixelated, digital line center. You can see the oracle line interference, the oracle line channel. See that box center? See the box there? Right? That's my graph line center. That's a digital code system. I can change the inner field system line center to another planet locations, right? So now you can see the hands of both side system, right? So it's pretty wild. Oh, thank you, Second Command. See, Jared, someone's creating you. This is crazy. Lighting, healing from frame, being sequences. So we have a lot to discuss now, in the private sectors and the meeting. It all comes to the light. Tomorrow we will go to the Drakios and the colonies of its map. Okay, we'll be going there tomorrow. All right. You have to stand the position location of the birth star line center position locations of its constellation path. All right, we'll do that tomorrow. So. Coming to release you, running away, fear, they see me, they never forget, they know, mark about now, recalibrating, saving the map. And you guys are awake when you're seeing these things. You're not sleeping. It's very intense when you see it through the arc line center, all through a graphing screen on a planet that's coming to you that you forgot. Yeah, I know it's really incredible, isn't it? You guys are high channeling more, and you understand your top of defense. But once you understand your quadrant level systems, everything will start coming together. So I keep seeing like two sides of a person, antennas everywhere. That's track interference positions where we come into the left and right hemisphere line center, in opposition to birth line connections, molding interference position locations and how father came into space and how mother came into Earth. So yeah, Ryan and I were doing that on the video chat last night. Good. Excellent. Communication is number one. Yeah. And you're all connected to each other. You just have to understand why you're connected to each other. Right? Past references it all, guys. It references it all. That makes you stronger in the mind. Okay. All right. Just back phrasing here. See what I missed. All right. So fading off interference positions, program line center. Stop the program line center from position locations of Babylon and calculations. Take them out of the non-line set position, put them back in track line center, back into where they are, into division line center to your Earth location. Done. All right, so you guys are back. So allocate positions of time center. So I will see you guys on the private sector line center location. All right. And I'll be going over to TikTok afterwards. We have a lot to discuss. So adios.